Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. I'm Courtney, owner and designer of Wreath in Hand. Today we are making a pancake style wreath. This is the sign we're using. It says Howd'y Y'all. And to get started, we are going to first be wiring our 14-inch frame. I'm going to be putting one chenille stem on these two top layers here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to be putting one on each of those. And then once you're done with that, we're going to add one to the bottom layer, the bottom two layers in between. So you'll have 6 on the bottom also. And then you don't want to squeeze too tight, but you definitely want it to be snug enough where it won't be slipping and sliding. So that's what the first two look like. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest. Today I'm using a poly jute mesh. This is a 10.5 by 10 yard roll of mesh, and we are using my rotary cutter and my self-healing mat. If you need any of this wreath making supplies, if you're new or you're not sure which ones to get, I have it all linked for you. So I'm just going to measure it out. I like to cut a little bit off the edge just to clean it up a little. These are the ribbons I'm using for my ribbon tails today. I have a 2.5-inch ribbon and then a 1.5-inch ribbon. I'm going to be cutting 12 pieces at 13 inches. Actually, no. I'm going to do, yes, actually I lied. We're going to do 13 inches. I have all of my ribbon tails cut. So I have 12 pieces of the 1.5 and 12 pieces of the 2.5. They're both cut at 13 inches. We're gonna put this aside for now and we're gonna get started on adding the mesh into the frame. For this, you wanna make sure that you do, for the pancake style wreaths, you have to do the bottom layer first. So this mesh is pretty thick. You probably don't need to fold in a little edge on the side, but I don't know, I just always do that. So you're just gonna scrunch it up like that, and then I don't untwist it from the frame. I'm just gonna put it right on top, and then I'm gonna give it just a couple twists, because once we're done, we're gonna add the ribbon on top. And if it's a little uneven, just pull on it gently. This mesh is really thick. Okay, and then after that, you're going to overlap the top and the bottom piece, and then you're going to kind of fold it down a little bit. This one kind of already overlapped itself. And then that's what it should look like. I'm gonna go ahead and add all of the bottom layers on first, and then we'll move on to the mesh, or the ribbon. I finished adding all of the mesh to only the bottom layer. Next, we're going to add our ribbon tails. So I'm going to layer the 1.5 on top of the 2.5. I'm just going to fold it over to find the center point. And I'm going to untwist the tie, put it right on top. And I'm going to give it a good squeeze and twist quite a few times, because you don't want it coming untwisted or all your stuff will fall off. I'm going to snip off the nub and then tuck it under. And for this one, I'm not going to leave it layered because I don't want to hide the cute ribbon. So I'm going to spread them out. This ribbon is so cute. It's really thick too, the cowboy ribbon. I love it. So that's what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest onto the bottom layer, and then we'll move on to the top. Here's what the bottom layer of the wreath looks like. We're gonna go ahead and add the mesh onto the top. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna ruffle it. I actually decided not to fold in like the bottom, like a little piece on the bottom for the edge, because this mesh is really nice. And I mean, it has a tie, all mesh frays, I mean, let's be real here, but it's very minimal. So I'm just going to place it right on top again. And if there is any frays, just cut them off. And again, I'm going to twist it just a couple times. And then I'm going to overlap it again. And then I'm going to kind of turn down the layers. Like the song, turn down for what? And then that's what it should look like. Once you have it on, I'm going to add the remaining 5. Actually, and then I'll show you how to add the centerpiece too, but I'm going to add the top 5 first. I finished adding the mesh onto the top layer. This is what it looks like. We're going to do the same thing as the bottom. We're going to add our ribbon now. So again, I'm just layering them on top of each other. And if you need extra help or have questions, let me know in the comments. If you kindly ask, I'm going to tell you if it sounds a little rude or demanding, not today. I'm gonna like that comment and move along, because I don't mind helping, but please don't be demanding, okay? All right, thanks, besties. Just kidding. I've had some rude comments in the past. Like, y'all, for real, like, that's such a rude way to ask. Like, I'm not even gonna assume you're a child, because why would a child be on the internet? Like, anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna add these in. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously, I wasn't thinking. I don't know why. I forgot I was using a bigger sign. Okay. So usually, like this sign, it covers the whole frame, so you're not gonna see any like holes. But some of the other wreaths I've made, they've been horizontal, or Lord, rectangular. Okay, they've been rectangular signs. But yeah, I guess technically horizontal. So there would be like kind of an open spot. So I would just put this in there. I'm just going to honestly add this back into with the other one, because you're not going to see it in here. And I'd rather save this for another wreath. So sorry. Alright, so for my sign, it already had holes in it, and I'm going to be using floral wire. And if you know me, I don't like using floral wire. My hands have a really hard time gripping it. I pre-laid out where, like, how I want the ribbon tails to look against the sign. And honestly, like, you wouldn't even need to use a bow. I think it looks super cute with just the ribbon tails around it, but I am going to add a bow after. I finished adding the bow. I did have to cut down the tails a lot, because I ended up moving some tails up on top, which I kept longer. And the ones down here, I cut shorter because I didn't want to cover up the wording on the sign. Next, I'm going to be adding these flowers. I'm not sure what these are, but I like the color with them. So I have 6 of them. So I got 2, 4, and then I know I'm going to put one here. So I guess I'll just do 5 for now. Here is the wreath all finished. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. If you would like to see more tutorials like this, please give me a follow and be sure to like this video. I really appreciate it. This wreath is headed to my craft show on April 6th, 2025. If it doesn't sell, it will be available in my Etsy shop. See you next time.